Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. Time is slipping through your fingers like grains of sand, and once it's gone, you can never get it back. You don't own time, it has been entrusted to you. Every morning you wake up is another chance, another gift. What are you doing with it? Some of you are waiting for a perfect moment, a better opportunity, a sign from the sky. Let me tell you something, the clock is ticking. Life is shorter than you think. You don't know if you have tomorrow. What will you do with today? I see too many people wasting their lives on distractions, entertainment, and things that won't matter in the end. Scrolling through hours of nonsense, chasing after things that will fade. Meanwhile, the important things, your purpose, your relationships, your faith, are left to the side. Don't let the temporary steal the eternal. Some of you are full of excuses. I'll do it later. I'll get serious one day. I'll change when the time is right. Stop lying to yourself. There is no better time than right now. Right now is when you build the life you were meant to live. Right now is when you become who you were created to be. I urge you, wake up. Stop wasting time on things that don't matter. Make time for what does. Love your family. Chase your purpose. Live with passion. Seek the truth. Because one day your time will run out. And when it does, what will you have to show for it? Will you look back with joy, knowing you lived well? Or will you look back with regret, wishing you had done more? The choice is yours. But remember this, you don't have forever. You have now. So stop wasting time. Time is not something we can buy, borrow, or earn more of. It is a gift. Freely given, but never promised. Each morning we wake up, we are handed a fresh set of hours, minutes, and seconds, yet so many of us treat time as if it were unlimited. We push important things aside, assuming we'll always have tomorrow. But the truth is, none of us know how much time we have left. Every breath we take, every sunrise we see is a reminder that we have been given another chance, another opportunity to do something meaningful. Time is a gift, because it allows us to love, to grow, to change, to make a difference. It gives us the chance to mend relationships, to pursue our calling, to impact the lives of those around us. Yet, how often do we waste it on things that don't matter? Hours spent worrying, chasing distractions, indulging in things that add no real value to our lives. If we truly understood the value of time, we would treat each moment with the respect it deserves. Some people live their lives as if time is an endless resource, but one day the clock will stop. One day we will look back and realize whether we cherished our time or squandered it. And in that moment, the things we thought were important, money, status, entertainment, will not matter. What will matter is how we spent our time. Did we use it to love and serve others? Did we invest it in things that last? Did we live with purpose? We do not get to decide how much time we are given, but we do get to decide how we use it. Let us not take this gift for granted. Let us not wake up one day and wish we had done more. Instead, let us live each day with the urgency, gratitude, and purpose that a true gift deserves. Time does not wait. Every second that passes is one we can never get back. The clock is ticking, whether we acknowledge it or not. It moves forward relentlessly, counting down the moments of our lives, and yet so many of us live as if we have forever. We put off the things that matter, assuming we'll get to them someday. But someday is not guaranteed. Tomorrow is not promised. The only time we truly have is right now. Think about it. How often do we delay the important things? We tell ourselves we'll start pursuing our dreams next year. We'll work on our relationships when life slows down. We'll become better, stronger, more disciplined when we feel ready. But the truth is, if we keep waiting, life will pass us by. Opportunities don't last forever. The people we love won't always be here. The version of ourselves we hope to become won't magically appear unless we start taking action now. We see time moving in small, quiet ways. A day here, a week there. But before we know it, years have passed. We look back and wonder where all that time went. We realize the things we kept putting off never happened because we never made them a priority. Regret is a heavy burden, and many people carry it because they thought they had more time. The clock is ticking, and it will not slow down for anyone. We must stop treating time as an unlimited resource and start valuing each moment we have. If there is something we need to do, we must do it now. If there is someone we need to forgive, we must do it now. If there is a purpose we are meant to fulfill, we must start now, because one day the clock will stop, and when it does, will we have used our time wisely? Or will we have let it slip away, thinking we had more than we did? Excuses are the silent thieves of destiny. They creep in unnoticed, whispering reasons why today isn't the right time, why the obstacles are too great, why the risk is too high. And before we know it, days turn into years, dreams remain unfulfilled, and purpose goes unrealized. Not because we weren't capable, but because we kept making excuses. People don't fail because they lack talent, resources, or opportunity. They fail because they convince themselves that they can't succeed. They tell themselves they're too young or too old, too busy or too tired, not ready or not good enough. Excuses disguise themselves as logic and caution, but in reality they are just fear in another form. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of stepping into the unknown. But fear is not an excuse to do nothing. If anything, it is a reason to act. Every great achievement in history came from someone who refused to make excuses. Those who overcame obstacles did not have fewer challenges. They simply chose to press on despite them. They didn't wait for perfect conditions or ideal circumstances. They understood that if they didn't take action, their destiny would pass them by. The sad truth is that excuses don't just steal time, they steal potential. They rob us of what we could have been. The opportunities we ignore today may never come again. The gifts and talents we neglect may never reach their full potential. Life is moving forward whether we act or not, and the longer we wait, the harder it becomes to step into our purpose. There will always be reasons to delay, always justifications for staying where we are. But in the end, excuses leave nothing but regret. The only way to break free is to stop waiting, stop hesitating, and take responsibility for our future. Because destiny does not wait for those who make excuses. It belongs to those who refuse to let anything stand in their way. Time is one of the few things in life that cannot be replaced. Money can be earned again, possessions can be regained, but time once spent is gone forever. That is why how we use our time matters more than we realize. Too many people spend their days consumed by distractions, caught up in things that add no real value to their lives. Hours turn into days, days into years, and one day they wake up wondering where all the time went. It was never stolen. It was simply wasted on things that didn't truly matter. What we focus on shapes the course of our lives. If we spend all our time chasing things that fade, endless entertainment, social media, material possessions, we will reach the end with nothing meaningful to show for it. But if we invest our time in things that last, our faith, our families, our purpose, we will leave behind something that carries true value. Relationships matter more than screens. Character matters more than success. Living with purpose matters more than temporary pleasure. It's easy to get caught up in the urgency of life, constantly busy but never truly fulfilled. But busyness does not mean productivity, and movement does not mean progress. We must ask ourselves, are we spending our time on things that build us, strengthen us, and bring lasting impact? Or are we just passing the days, filling our lives with distractions that leave us empty? Every moment we have is a choice to waste it or a choice to invest it, a choice to live for things that are temporary or things that are eternal. We must make time for what truly matters before time makes the choice for us, because one day we will look back on our lives and the things that seemed urgent will not be the things we wish we had more of. What will matter is how we loved, how we lived, and how we used the time we were given. Now is the only moment we truly have. The past is gone and the future is uncertain, yet so many people live anywhere but the present. They dwell on past mistakes, letting regret hold them hostage, or they wait for the right time to take action, believing that someday in the future they will finally be ready. But life does not wait, opportunities do not wait. The power to change, to grow, to live with purpose is not found in yesterday or tomorrow, it is found in now. Procrastination is the enemy of progress. We tell ourselves we will start tomorrow, next week, next year. We wait for the perfect conditions, the ideal moment when we feel more prepared, more confident, more capable, but that moment never comes. There will always be reasons to delay, always excuses to hold us back. If we do not take control of our time now, we will find ourselves years down the road looking back with regret at all the moments we let slip away. Now is when dreams are pursued, relationships are strengthened, and lives are changed. Now is when we choose to break bad habits, to take bold steps, to live with intention. Now is when we forgive, when we heal, when we make the most of what we have been given. The present is a gift, and every second we hesitate is a second lost forever. The truth is, we do not know how much time we have left. We assume there will always be another chance, another day, another opportunity. But life is unpredictable, and waiting for a future that may never come is a dangerous gamble. If something matters, we must act on it now. If we have a purpose to fulfill, we must pursue it now. If there are words we need to say, changes we need to make, risks we need to take, there is no better time than this very moment. The power of now is the power to shape our lives. It is the power to stop wishing and start doing, to stop dreaming and start building, to stop waiting and start living, because in the end, the people who make the greatest impact are not the ones who kept waiting for the right time. They are the ones who understood that now is all they ever had, and they made the most of it. Time is not just something we spend. It is something we will have to give an account for. Every second, every hour, every day is a gift entrusted to us, and one day we will look back and see what we did with it. Did we use it wisely, or did we waste it on things that didn't matter? Did we invest in things that have lasting value, or did we let time slip away, assuming we had more of it? No one can escape the reality that life is moving forward. Each moment is recorded, and at the end of our journey, we will be left with the sum of our choices. Some will look back with joy, knowing they lived with purpose, that they loved deeply, gave generously, and made an impact. Others will look back with regret, realizing they wasted precious time on meaningless distractions, on fears that held them back, on opportunities they let pass by. The truth is, we are all writing the story of our lives, and time is the ink. The question is, what kind of story are we writing? It is easy to assume that time is ours to do with as we please, but nothing in life is guaranteed. We are not promised tomorrow. The things we delay today may never get another chance. The people we assume will always be there may not be. The opportunities we think will always wait for us may disappear. That is why we must be intentional with the time we have, using it for things that truly matter, our relationships, our purpose, our faith, our legacy. One day we will answer for the time we were given. We will stand before the reality of how we spend our lives, and in that moment, excuses will not matter, distractions will not matter, wasted time will not matter. What will matter is whether we live fully, love deeply, and fulfill the purpose we were created for. The time to make that choice is not tomorrow, it is not someday, it is now. Because when the final moment comes, the question will not be how much time we had, but what we did with the time we were given. Time is a gift, but it is not unlimited. The clock is ticking, and every moment that passes is one we can never get back. Excuses will steal our destiny if we let them, convincing us that tomorrow is always an option. But tomorrow is never promised, and the only time we truly have is now. We must stop wasting time on things that do not matter and start investing in what does. Our purpose, our relationships, our faith, these are the things that will define the legacy we leave behind. One day we will answer for how we spent our time, and when that day comes, may we not look back with regret, but with fulfillment, knowing we lived fully, loved deeply, and made every moment count. So the choice is ours. Will we let time slip through our fingers, or will we use it wisely? Will we waste it on distractions, or will we use it to build something meaningful? The answer cannot wait for another day. The answer is now. Stop wasting time and start living with purpose before it's too late.